The power of the dark. Science.
Greetings, Earthlings! The Martian invasion has arrived. And here we go. Another report by Bounding Into Comics. Great site. Talking about Avengers 4 directors fire Mark Ruffalo. Is it true? Is it possible? What are we saying here? Mark was tweeting about an appearance on the Jimmy Fallon show. A little lip slip there by Mark, and he is saying, I trust that you will cut out my spoiler slip on the Tonight Show. That was off the record, homie. Please don't get me in trouble with Marvel. Barry, again, DM me back, M. By the way, Mark, you're not cool. You're an average white guy. Not cool. Doesn't matter how much of an SJW you are. You're still not cool. So you can give up with the homie stuff. Okay. And then the Russo brothers fire back with a Mark, you're fired. So sure, he didn't like the you're fired part. That probably gave him some Trump derangement syndrome. So yeah, he probably didn't care for that. But so what actually happened here? Now, there's another article here of Ruffalo responding to getting fired in quotation marks. It seems like even the writer of this article does not believe this as well. Mark is saying, guys, can we talk about this? So what happened is apparently he let something slip, or maybe let something slip. A very enterprising young person here. Put it through vast machinery and sound equipment, and he believes the title is The Last Avenger, is what he said. Now that is quite interesting. I think it reveals quite a bit. Some others are saying they don't think it reveals quite anything. I think it does. Now, there's another report at the end here. It says previous rumors said that the Avengers 4 title would be Avengers Endgame. I don't think so. This is kind of cheesy and yeah, very inventive, I think. Unimaginative, really. Endgame. How many movies have there been with that shtick? I don't think so. I think Last Avenger sounds a lot better, and if we think about it, it is a harken back to Captain America, the First Avenger, which kind of set this Avengers thing all in motion. Now I know you're telling me, Martian, Avengers really got started in the Iron Man film. Maybe that's kind of true, but Cap was always thought of as the first Avenger, and really, I mean, yeah, the MCU was getting going around. It was already going when the Captain America film was there, but that really got the Avengers thing started. And if I remember right, I think the tease at the end of Captain America was they literally talked about the Avengers and said that Steve Rogers would return in the Avengers film. So really, I think that's really where this all got started. But what is that saying though? What if he was the last Avenger, or if the title of this is The Last Avenger, what is that saying? Is that saying that there will be only one Avenger left after the end of this film? After presumably they're going to set everything right, and they're going to get back the half of the universe's population that Thanos destroyed. Is it going to take the rest of the Avengers to do that? I don't know. I think, the problem is that some of the people in those films are kind of just getting started. Especially Doctor Strange. He's only had one movie, and he's been in some of the Avengers films. Ant-Man and Wasp, they've had now 2 films. Plus, Ant-Man was in Civil War, and then he was in the Infinity War. He's still kind of a newish character, so I don't know if they'd get rid of him. Now, here's what they might do. I don't think he's fired. I think this is an elaborate ruse, or it's just they're just taking an opportune moment of Mark Ruffalo just kind of being a moron and letting something slip, and they're kind of just getting some play out of this. That's kind of probably the latter is what this is. They're just using the opportunity to get something going. But I have a feeling much like, where are we going here? I'm going to find this. Is that it? Nah, this. I just reported this in a previous video that Chris Evans not coming back as Captain America. He is done. This is really sad. Marvel and Disney haven't even contacted him to talk about this. So really sad. I think he's done. I think it's likely in that case, I think Ruffalo's done as well, but he's not being fired. I think they're just letting these guys' contracts run out. I think that's it. Ruffalo and Hulk have always been a problem anyways, because if we go to this visual guide here, talking about the Marvel characters, you can see the Hulk is kind of a odd one. He's still owned by Universal, but they've got this agreement that they can kind of bring him in, but they can't do their own movie with the Hulk. They have to include him in with something else. Now, there's also the deal with Sony with Spider-Man that they have, but if you've watched my last Spider-Man video, you'll know that this second Spider-Man film coming up is the last in that contract as well. They only had so many that they could do with him, and now that will be the last one. So that's it too. And this last Venom movie, I have not seen it yet, but apparently it's done quite well. And if that's the case, they're likely to keep Spider-Man back for themselves. They'll include him. They'll do another Venom film, then they'll include Carnage, and then they may bring Spider-Man in. And they won't even necessarily have to mention any of the rest of the MCU. They can kind of just play him off in the Spider-Verse that they've been wanting to try to get started forever. And then they'll do a Sinister Six film, and then they'll get that all going. We talked about that in the Spider-Man video as well, that they're going to have at least 2 members of the Sinister Six in, and then they could bring in Venom as well, and they can kind of get something going there. But anyways, this video is getting a little long, but what has happened here is I don't think he's getting fired, but I do think that his contract is probably going to be over. And as far as the film being called The Last Avenger, we all know that they're marketing Captain Marvel really hard right now. Technically she's not an Avenger right now. If she comes in this last movie, is she technically, are they going to bring her in? If you fight with them, do you immediately become an Avenger? I don't know. I have a feeling she is going to be the one who they're referring to as the Last Avenger. I think that's what it's going to be, because she is kind of, I think Marvel is trying to push her as going to be the showrunner, the star for this series, much like Iron Man was. I think Iron Man's probably going to be gone. I think Captain America is going to be gone. Hulk will be gone. I think they'll believe it or not, I think they are going to keep Chris Hemsworth in as Thor, but I don't know how much they will use him. But I think they're going to take some of these second tier characters like Ant-Man, Wasp, I think Doctor Strange, and then Captain Marvel, and then they're going to form a new core Avengers group, and they'll probably, unfortunately, bring in, I think, some of the all new Marvel characters like Riri as Iron Man, and I think, was it Cho was the new Hulk in that. Unfortunately, I think that's what they may do. Incidentally, if they did bring in the Cho Hulk, that would clear up this whole mess, because even though he is a Hulk, he is not the Hulk that Universal owns. So Marvel can bring him in, and he belongs to them. They don't have to worry about this. Boom, this is gone. They can chuck this out the window. They don't have to worry about it. There's really nothing they can do about Spider-Man, because Sony also owns the black suited Spider-Man. There's not really much they can do there. Probably the best they could do is maybe do like Spider-Gwen. That they own, I believe. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Yeah, Sony owns Gwen Stacy. So, well, I don't know. That's going to be a rough one. But anyways, video's getting long. The long and short of this, Ruffalo out. No, it's just a marketing ploy. But is he gone in the end? I think probably just because they're going to let his clock run out, and that's it. So anyways, guys, more of this to come. Please remember, get down there, hit that like button, hit the share button, and most of all, please subscribe and share this with your friends. Get them to subscribe, and I'll give you a cookie. All right? Yeah, so everybody loves cookies. All right, that's it, folks. I am out of here. Your Martian invasion is over, and I am out of here.